What do you say to young men who come to you for advice, who feel lost, who don't really know where they fit into society?
I say that life as a man is exceptionally difficult. I say the most beautiful and the most terrifying thing about being a man is you're born without value. Society doesn't care about you. You're only going to be cared about based on how useful you are. You have the chance to build yourself up and become a superhero if you're prepared to do the hard work and be indefatigable enough to never quit. But if you're going to stand around and wait for a handout, nobody's going to ever respect you. And I think that a lot of people have forgotten about how difficult and how competitive it is as a man. We're always in constant competition with each other. And it's your duty as a man to stand up and say, I want to be as important and strong and good-hearted and God-fearing as possible. And I need to work hard to achieve those things.
That's the thing. It's like, it's not rocket science. It's like if you have a lot of traffic and you have a good product and you're good at sales and you're good at working hard and you actually want it, you're going to have it. Yeah. I really believe everyone can do anything they want. I really believe that if I ran a marathon now, I could do it. Even though I've not been running that much recently, I could do it. Just because if I really wanted to, I could run it right now just because of my mindset. It's only 26 miles, like it's 40 kilometers, 1 kilometer at a time. You know, maybe I have to go really slow at some parts, but I'll get it done. I'm not gonna be like, I can't run anymore. Like, just if you're mentally strong, you know what you're capable of.
Do you understand the amount of people out here in every industry that are lazy as fuck? They will never make it, so your competition is low. Do you understand? It just takes being a man and being good at something and practicing something to make cash. It's not rocket science. If you're still broke in 2025, then you're NGMI forever, bruv. Genuine, you're NGMI, bruv. Do you understand? Like, I understand if you're broke for a month, but after 1 month, if you're still broke, you're NGMI. There's so many ways to make money in the online world. You have to make the most out of it. Do you understand? Easy as, bruv. Easy as. Do you understand? Get to f***ing work, bruv.
A lot of you are aiming too high with your goals. I know one day you eventually want to be as rich as Elon, so do I, we all do. Everyone wants $300 billion net worth. But when I say you're aiming too high, I don't mean that your goal is unrealistic. I mean it's unrealistic from your current standpoint. Let me give you an example. If I started boxing today, or I started MMA fighting, and I said, it's my goal to knock out John Jones, I have precisely zero chance of ever doing that. What you need to do is have a goal like have your first professional fight, have your first interclub contest, win your first wrestling contest, win a boxing match. And as and when you achieve your goals, you then move on to bigger ones. A lot of you are sitting around, I want to be a millionaire. That's great. I'm sure you do. My goals are now much bigger than that as I achieved that accolade a long time ago. However, when I was broke, I didn't think, how am I going to turn myself into a millionaire? I thought, how am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to buy myself a new car? How am I going to buy myself some new clothes? I need $5,000 a week. I need $10,000 a week. And once you're there, then you can look up and climb the ladder even further. A lot of you people need to get your head out of the clouds and just stop crawling on the floor and learn how to stand up. The clouds are a long way off.
Well, I think my greatest inspiration was my father, Fred C. Trump. He was a builder. He was a great guy. He was my friend. And he really had a good take on life. He understood life. He was a happy guy. And what made him happy was that he enjoyed working. We're on this planet for a very, very small period of time. And achievement is something that really gives you great pleasure. And when you achieve something, that's great. But now on to the next. Very important. You keep going.
By dedicating yourself to the universe. I said this before. I said it in a rain dancing term. Rain dancing. I said, if you need it to rain and your life depends on it, you should do a rain dance. Now, do rain dances make clouds come? No. But perhaps by some strange twist of fate, far in the distance, another tribe will see you rain dancing and realize you need water. And they'll think, he needs water and we need something he has. And they'll bring you water. If you didn't rain dance and just sat there waiting for it to rain, the water would have never come. There's no such thing as working too hard. You'd be amazed how if you just do work, how amazing things happen. I said this to Tristan when we were in jail. I said, there is a certain number of push-ups I will complete before I get out of this cell. I don't know how many it is, but the more push-ups I do and the quicker I do them, the quicker I'll get out of here. The logic,
really?
Yeah, the logic being that it doesn't matter. Let's make it simple math. I will do push-ups every day and eventually I'll be released. And that will be the total number of push-ups I had done that got me released from jail. That's what I believe. So I sat there and thought, okay, there's a certain finite number of push-ups that I will complete while I am in jail. So the faster I do push-ups, the more push-ups I do, the sooner I'll be out.
soon, at some point, your work is going to pay off. So the way I look at it is, if you put in this work, it is going to pay off and you are going to get the results. In my opinion, it is guaranteed, because it's only going to be so long before you make mistake after mistake after mistake, and then eventually you start pulling it off. Eventually, you're going to just learn what to do and what not to do. That's just how the game works. Everybody I've seen who's become successful has just taken way more effort. They've put way more reps in, way more attempts to win. It's all about numbers. It's all about volume. It's all a numbers game. If you try harder than everybody else, you will win and you will become successful. But so many people try to overcomplicate it and they look for shortcuts. They look for the secret. The secret is there is no secret and there are no shortcuts. And oftentimes you're only going to learn the lesson the hard way. So you might as well just start now and you might as well learn everything you need to learn from now. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't overanalyze things. That's another big mistake people make. They overanalyze everything. And if you want to be a millionaire, you cannot afford to overanalyze everything. You have to just do things and then deal with the consequences later. Worry about it later. Do things and then analyze it after you've taken a bunch of action. You can say, you know what? Were these ads good for the business? Was this website good or was that website better? Is this thumbnail good or is that thumbnail better? Is this member of staff good or do we fire him? Do we promote him? Do we hire him? Another person like him? All these questions later. Just first take the action, because if you're always going to think in advance, shall we hire this member of staff? Shall we not? You're going to end up hiring no one. You're going to end up firing no one, promoting no one, selling nothing, not speaking to anyone. Just hop on the phone and start dialing and you'll learn all the lessons you need. So my mindset completely is do more, think less, confront your problems head on, attack with urgency every day and always be doing something. And it's not an excuse to say, I don't know what to work on. Another big component of my mindset is just being fearless. And one of my favorite things to remind myself of all the time is that there are 8 billion people in this world. A lot of people hear me say that and they think, what's the relevance of that point? The relevance is when you're sat there worried to go talk to a girl, you should realize there are 4 billion other women. When you're sat there nervous to pitch someone a business idea, there are 4 billion other men, 8 billion humans. Like, you're worried about selling your product and service and you're worried about getting rejection. But what you don't realize is when you get rejected, it doesn't really matter because there are 8 billion people in the world. If you have a $3,000 service, a $3,000 product, right? You need 500 people, 600 people to buy a product and you made $1.5 million, $1.8 million, right? Which is more money than most people will make in their entire life working a job. So who cares what the other 7.9 billion something people think of you if 500 like you? You only need 500 out of 8 billion. Work that out on the calculator, what percentage of the world that is. That's nothing. So instead of worrying about people who are rejecting you and not liking you or not liking your product or not liking your service or your offer, understand that there are 500 people, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000 people who will love your product, love your service. And you got to focus on those people. Ask those people what they want to see from you. Ask those people which kind of products they want to see from you. Don't worry about the people rejecting you or talking shit about you. The whole world isn't supposed to like you. You gotta move before you think you're ready in life. I know so many people who tell me that they're gonna start a YouTube channel when they leave their parents' house. They're gonna start talking to more girls when they get in way better shape. They're going to start having fun when they become millionaires. And it's like they're always delaying everything they want to do in life. It's like, start trying to do what you want to do from now. And then you can see if you can achieve that thing or not achieve that thing, right? We don't always wait and delay things because you got to move before you think you're ready. By the time you think you're ready, it's too late. You've wasted so many precious years. And at the end of the day, if you try and do something from now, you'll end up working harder to then achieve that thing.
It's amazing how life can be one of two spirals. It can be a downward spiral where you keep making a bunch of mistakes and you keep doing dumb shit. You can end up at the very bottom. But an upward spiral is also very real. If you do the right things, if you're on time, firm handshake, train in the gym, good shape, try your best, make money, invest, learn, get a good network, pay attention to people who you know are living the life you want to live, like us or like anybody else. Perspicacious, indefatigable. If you're trying your absolute best all of the time, soon your life will start to improve. And when your life improves, you meet better people. When you meet better people, you can have more interesting conversations. You can make more money. You have a better network. You can go to new places. You can meet even more important people. And all of a sudden, you'll see that life can very quickly become an upward spiral. It's nearly impossible for people like you and I to now become broke. It's an upward spiral. We can't go poor. We know too many rich people. We can't not have good business ideas. We can't not fix problems. We can't not have fun. We can't not have good relationships with women. We can't not stay in nice houses. It's nearly impossible for us not to have everything we want. An upward spiral is also very real, and you nailed it with our friend here. Anybody who is below us and not on our level, if you really want to talk to us, you know exactly what to do to have a conversation with us. Become too important to ignore. We became too important to ignore. And it's down to you now to become too important to ignore. If you have any kind of honor inside of your heart, if you have any kind of respect for your ancestors, if you have any kind of healthy masculine ego, which you're supposed to have, not the ego which destroys you, the ego which convinces you that you're special for no reason, but instead the ego which convinces you you need to be respected and you're prepared to do any amount of work it takes to be respected, it's fantastic. That's a good thing. Having an ego you work hard to justify is a superpower. If you want to matter, if you want to argue with us or disagree with us on any subject, then you need to get up and get to work. That's the only answer.